Before I start this presentation, I would like to introduce ourselves. I'm Annalisa Gonor Sarmiento, the editor of this presentation, and Mr. Lapierre Marpin, the speaker of this presentation, and Michelle Porlage and Pauline Mandihar, the creator of this presentation. Okay, let's start.
The Political Self and Being a Filipino, Module 3, Lesson 1. Filipino Identity, Value and Traits. Traits and characteristics of Filipino have one of the best traits in the world, which you must know. Here are some characteristics of Filipino. 1. Hospitable, most popular qualities of Filipino. 2. Respectful, often observed not just from younger people but also from older ones. 3. Strong family ties and religious. 4. Generous and helpful. 5. Hardworking. 6. Loving and caring. 7. Flexible, adaptable, and creative. 8. Ability to survive. 9. Camaraderie, pakikisama or kapwa-tao. 10. Depth of gratitude. Good traits of a Filipino. A. Pakikisama, harmony. 2. Joyous. C. Highly intelligent. D. Faithful. E. Loyal. F. Bayanihan. G. Being optimistic. H. Self-reliance. I. Very competitive. J. Very brave. K. Adaptability. L. Endurance. Bad traits of a Filipino. A. Judgmental. B. Plastikan. Backstabbers. C. Nepotism, favoritism. D. Crab mentality. E. Always late. F. Chismoso, chismosa. G. Pakialamero. H. Paasa. I. Panana. J. Habit dirty-minded. K. Pilosopo. L. Too much hospitality. M. Ningaskugon and lack of historical knowledge. O. Padrino system. Democracy and citizenship. One important feature of a democratic state in the people enjoyment of rights and privilege. Bill of Rights. Statement and listing of an individual or group of individual. Constitution of rights. Natural rights. Right inherent to man given to him by God as human being. Right to love. Constitutional rights guaranteed under the fundamental character of the country. 3. Statutory rights provided by law making body of a country or by law, such as the right to receive minimum wage and right to preliminary investigation. 4. Civil rights. Rights specified under the Bill of Rights, such as the freedom of speech, rights to information, economic rights, rights to property, whether personal, real, or intellectual, political rights, rights of an individual enjoys as a consequence of being a member of a body politic. The constitutional rights of Filipino citizen. Due process is a law that herebefore in condemn. Equal protection of the law. Equality in the enjoyment of similar rights and privilege granted by law. Rights against unreasonable searches and seizure. Right to privacy, communication, and correspondence. Section 3 of Article 3. Freedom of speech. Clear and present danger rules. Closely related to the freedom of speech or expression are the rights of assembly or rights of petition. Freedom of religion. Liberty of adobe and travel. right to information on matter public concern, right to association, right to just compensation, non-infringement of contract, for the government to exercise the aforementioned power, free of access to court, right of a person under the constitutional investigation, right of anxious in criminal cases, how to be a good Filipino. We are the citizen, the first leader of a democratic republic country. In other words, we are the ones who chose the people we will lead our government. We have to be responsible citizen to achieve personal and national development. 1. Follow the traffic rules. 2. Being punctual and do not procrastinate. 3. Ask for BIR official receipt. 4. Pay your tax. 5. Be responsible parents. 6. Love your husband or wife. 7. Conserve water and energy. 8. Protect our environment. 9. Report crimes. 10. Obey the laws and local ordinance. 11. Be kind to our foreign visitors. 12. Respect other Filipino, especially the elders. 13. Build a good relationship with your neighbor. 14. Help your own town achieve process. 15. Give support to our countrymen. 16. Be a responsible worker. 17. Love your employer. 18. Make your customer happy. 19. Be responsible citizen. 20. Make an honest vote. Lesson 2. The emotional selves. The function of emotions. According to DBT, dialectal behavior therapy combines cognitive and behavioral therapy, incorporating methodologies from the various practices. DBT look at three major functions of emotions. 1. Emotion, communication, and influence other. We communicate our emotion to other with verbal and non-verbal. Emotions organize and motivate actions. Emotion can also help us overcome obstacles in our environment. 3. Emotion can be self-validating. It can give us information about a situation or events. If our emotions are minimized or invalidated, it's hard to get our need taken seriously. Emotional management strategy. 1. Use your emotion and bodily responses to recognize. 2. Write down your thoughts and feelings about what is stressing you. 3. Control whatever aspect of the stress you can. 4. Don't make mountain out of molehills. 5. Redefine the problem. 6. Develop behaviors that distract you from stress. 7. Reach to a friend of a family member. 8. Exercise regularly. 10. Meditate and relax. Lesson 3. The social self. Interaction versus relationship. 1. Interaction refers to the communication of thoughts and feelings between individuals. 2. Relationship, which two or more concepts and objects or people are connected or the state of being connected. Person, perception. Its affect communication. Perception is active process. Person, perception is an element of social psychology concerning how we process information about people. Social norms, social facilitation, conformity, and social roles. Social norms, unwritten rules about how to behave. They provide us with an expected idea on how to behave. Group range from friendship and work group to nations. Social facilitation can be defined as improvement of performance produced by the mere presence of others. Conformity, also known as majority influence. It is a type of social influence involving a change in beliefs and behaviors. Conformity is often used to indicate an agreement to the majority position. Type of conformity: A. Compliance. Group acceptance. It occurs when an individual accepts influence because he hopes to achieve a favorable reaction from other person. B. Internalization. Genuine acceptable of group norms. It occurs when an individual accepts influence because of the content of an induced behaviors. C. Identification. Group membership occurs when an individual accepts influence because he wants to establish or maintain satisfying self-defining. D. Ingratiational. This is when a person conforms to impress or gain favor, acceptance from other person. E. Normative conformity. Yielding to group pressure because a person wants to fit in it. F. Informational conformity. This usually when a person lacks knowledge and look to the group for guidance. G. Non-conformity. Not everyone conforms to social pressure. Indeed, there are many factors that contribute to an individual's desire to remain independent of the group. 4. Social role. There are many ways that people can influence our behavior, but perhaps one of the most important is that the presence of others. We do not expect people to behave randomly, but to behave in certain ways in particular situations. Social roles are part of people play as a member of a social group. Nature of relationship. Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary defines relationship as the way in which two or more people, groups, countries, etc. talk to and deal with each other. A healthy relationship with friends is a source of lifetime happiness. Type of relationship. Depending on the nature of interaction that exists between two or more entities. Business transactional relationship. Professional relationship. Family relationship. Friendly relationship. Romantic relationship. The triangular theory of love. Sternberg's theory of love triangle. Number 1. Components of relationship. A. intimacy, feelings of loneliness and connection, use of higher levels of communication. B. Passion, physical attraction and sexual attraction that drives lead to romance, involves high degree of physical assurance and intense desire. C. Commitment, a decision that one cares for another. Number 2. Possible love relationship. A. Non-love, the absence of all three components. B. Linking, feeling experience in true friendships. C. Infatuation, love at first sight. D. Empty love, commitment without intimacy or passion. E. Romantic love, intimacy plus commitment. F. Potus love, commitment plus passion. G. Compassionate love, intimacy plus commitment. H. Consummate love, complete love. Attitudes, a functional state of readiness which determines the organism to react in a characteristic way to certain. According to Murphy, attitude is the primarily a way of being set towards or against certain things. Some of others said that attitude is a learned or more or less organized tendency to respond in a persistent manner, usually negatively or positively. Stereotypes, false classificatory concept to which as a role a strong emotional feelings, tones or likes or dislike. Deliberations of stereotypes and its nature. The properties of stereotypes can be summarized. A. Stereotypes basically fix mental picture in one here. B. May have some stimulus value. C. False elements. D. Overgeneralize ideas. E. Link with emotional experience. F. Shared by the group. G. Negative in nature. H. Originate and grow like attitudes, prejudice, and other social concepts. Lesson 4. Digital Self. Selective self-presentation and impression management. Self-presentation, the process of individuals used to control the impressions of others' social interaction. Type of self-presentation. Authentic. Goal is to create an image consistent with the way we view ourselves. B. Ideal. Goal is to establish an image. C. Tactical impression management. Tactical self-presentation. A person cares only the impact of the image they present. Self-presentation, everyday life. Establishing a workable definition of decision. needed extended self-due to sharing. Self-revelation. There's a sense of being anonymous, or at least one step removed on electric media. Loss of control. Its logical and emotional reaction to the ways in which technology has impacted our lives. Sharing digital possession and aggregate self. Teenagers are quiet at easy with photo and media, becoming digital online entities rather than physical object. Shared sense of cyberspace. Turning on computers, magic appears before us. With a click of the mouse, we enter an environment we have come to call cyberspace. Gender and sexuality online. Media define how females and males should look and act. A stereotype is an oversimplified image or idea of a specific type of person or thing. Gender stereotype vary on four dimension traits, role, behaviors, physical characterize, occupation. Performing gender online. We all know that social media plays a huge part in our day-to-day life and the world as we know. Men are more likely than women to use social media as a way to search information. Settings boundaries to your online self. Smart sharing. Good boundaries important for healthy relationship, but it comes our lives. We rarely think to create clear-cut border. 1. Give yourself permission. 2. Consider your purpose. 3. Set boundaries surrounding time. 4. Interacting with others. 5. Take things slow. 6. Ask for clarification. 7. Be honest about your feelings. 8. Practice the three strike your out rule. 9. Give the benefits of the both. 10. Honor your feelings and comfort level. 11. Be thoughtful in your own responses. Are you a good web citizen? 1. Don't be a cyberbully. 2. Think first, act second. 3. Protect yourself and those around you. 4. Don't steal information. 5. Share your knowledge.